Hey guys, Nico here from Live Performance Specialists. Welcome to 5 of the biggest nutrition and training and mindset leaks females make when getting into shape and how to avoid them. So I want you guys to be able to basically overcome any previous failure or current failure you're having, and I want you to thrive and be able to get the kind of body you desire and deserve. Okay, like I said, my name's Nico. I'm going to be hosting this today. I'm the senior trainer. I can't talk today. I've had too much coffee. I'm a senior trainer at Life Performance Specialists, and we specialize in helping women get into awesome shape. Okay, you're probably wondering why we just work with women. It's basically because I've got a lot of inspiration from my mum. I'm a bit of a mummy's boy. When I was 8 years old, my mum slipped a couple of discs in her back and went through a terrible time. Had lots of surgery and stuff, and I remember around Christmas time, there was a bit of complications with one of her surgeries, and she had an infection in her bowel, and basically they had to slice open her tummy and totally just sliced up her abs, which she's very used to be very proud of. And she was left bedridden. I remember Christmas Day being at the hospital with my brothers and my dad eating pizza on Christmas Day, so it's a bit crazy. But anyway, it's not because my mum got slit open, it's because of her grit determination to get back to where she needed to be. And it was her resilience to give up, which really inspired me. And I'd see her every day in pain when she got at the hospital, but she'd do the exercises and rehab her tummy and everything day in, day out, and not let all those setbacks hold her back from where she wanted to be. And this really inspired me. I thought, like, wow, if this woman can get her goal and get back to where she used to be, then I sure can get in shape and do exactly the same. And through working with countless number of females, I've just found that when you guys have a goal in mind, you you don't stop and you power through to get it. And you have the determination and can power through and are so mentally and physically strong. And that's just something us males aren't. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, like as soon as we feel a bit of pain or get a man flu, then we're out. But you guys, you power through things, and when you really have a set goal, I've seen tremendous determination. You guys can power through and take some pain and withstand some uh, a lot of physical and emotional stuff too. I don't know if it's because of the blueprint, and you guys are made to make babies, but yeah, I think you guys are awesome, and that's why we've chosen to work with females. Anyway, so today we're going to cover quite a few things, and basically I'm going to give you tons and tons of value. So we're going to go through the 5 biggest mistakes females make when trying to get in shape. So we're going to cover through what those 5 things are. Plus, I've chucked a cheeky one in there too at the end, a little bonus one too. Just because, again, I want to help as many females as possible. Okay, and then we're going to have a little deep dive into the actions you can take to ensure these never happen to you and rectify any things that you might already be doing. Okay, and then actions and processes that you can follow to ensure you get the physique you desire and deserve. Okay, does that sound like fun? Sweet. Right, so let's get straight in. I know I talk too much sometimes. It's just because I get a little bit excited when I'm delivering this kind of thing. So anyway, mistake number 1 is not understanding the difference between weight loss and fat loss. So a lot of my clients, when they first start, they're very obsessed with weight and what the scales are saying. It's like, oh my god, the scales aren't budging. And then what tends to happen is you go on the scales and you maybe follow some healthy eating plan. You exercise for a month, and the scales don't move. So you get frustrated. Then you go back to old ways, and it's a continuous cycle of step on the scales, no changing. You bust your ass, work really hard, and the scales don't move. Okay, so I'll tell you a little funny story. So I was going through with one of my clients, Leanne, the other day. Okay, I was with her. She came on board for one of our female exclusive 6 a.m. clubs, and so the weight hadn't actually budged. The weight was still the same, but she lost a massive total of 6 inches off her hips and off her waist. Okay, she got fitter, she got stronger, but the scales didn't budge. So in her eyes, when she first looked, she was like, "Oh, I'm a failure." But actually, what had actually happened is she lost body fat around her tummy area and off her hips and off her sides. She got fitter, she got stronger, so everything's going in a real positive direction. But because that scale didn't change, she felt like it was a failure, where in fact she'd actually made massive progress. Okay, so your weight can go up and down day to day, day in, day out. Okay, You ever see boxers or mixed martial artists? They can drop up to 10 kilos in kind of a day to make weight for a fight. It's this weight that they drop. It isn't it isn't fat. Okay, so if they took the top off at the beach, they wouldn't look much different. Maybe a bit more gaunt because they've lost 10 kilos in one day. Okay, so what they're actually losing is a lot of water, and basically it's called glycogen. It's the way your body stores carbohydrate. So with glycogen, you store kind of 4 molecules of water with it, so it's quite heavy. So you can drop kind of 10 kilos in one day. All you need to do is basically get on diuretics, so you go to the toilet lots, do loads of exercise in a sauna, run with like a hot clothing on. Again, you drop loads of water, but it won't be fat that you're dropping. Okay, it's just weight. Does that make sense? So I'm more concerned with kind of the inches lost, okay, because that's the real indicator of your fat loss, okay? Because sometimes when you're exercising, you might put a bit of muscle tone on, and the scales don't budge, but at the same time your shape's changing, and you're losing inches off your arms, off your legs, off your tummy, off your waist. But due to the looking at the scales and judging your progress on the scales, then you're a failure, okay? So I want you to get in the habit of really just keeping track of rather inches rather than the number on the scale, okay? And stop weighing yourself in regularly if you're already doing it, okay? Because like I said, your weight can go up and down it like a lot in a space of 1 or 2 days. Like I play rugby myself, and on the Friday I fuel up before a game, and I'm normally about 99 kilos, and I can get to 103 for the Saturday. Okay, so that's the day after, after a big feed. So you see how that goes up and down quite a lot? Yeah, that's just through glycogen, so carbohydrates where it's stored, and water. So again, we're going for inches, not the stupid number on the scale. Okay, so stop it now. I'd even throw your scales away, or only look kind of once every 4 weeks. Okay, just don't keep going on them every single day and getting stressed out and start pulling your hair out about it. Okay, because you actually might be making more progress than you think. Okay, so mistake number 2 is not doing enough or any weights during your workout regime. So a lot of females I speak to go, oh, I don't want to do weights because I don't want to be bulky like a bodybuilder, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, if it was that easy, there'd be a hell of a lot more Arnold Schwarzenegger women walking around with like their muscles bulging out their tops. But the fact of the matter is that you don't have enough of the hormones testosterone and growth hormone to put that heavy muscle mass on. So what happens when females do weights? Okay, if you look at this female here, she's very, very toned, and she lifts weights. So what it does is basically anytime you do weights, think of it this way: it's an investment in your future. So when you do the weights, okay, you're laying down muscle tone. Okay, this will basically increase your metabolism because this muscle is metabolically active and munches away at body fat even at rest. Okay, so doing the weights, it's going to increase your metabolism over the long run. Okay, which means you burn more body fat at rest every single day. So you're munching away body fat, getting leaner and leaner and leaner. Plus, you get stronger as well. Okay, you don't want to just be skinny, flabby, and really weak. Okay, so you put a bit of muscle tone on, it builds your strength up as well, so you feel stronger and you feel fitter. It makes things feel a lot easier as well. On top of this, okay, once your body fat reduces down, you're left with a nice shape underneath. Okay, that's actually changing the muscle. The weights work, that's going to adapt your muscle. Whereas doing cardio all the time, what tends to happen is you lose a lot of muscle on top of a lot of fat. So you end up kind of a skinnier, flabby version of yourself. But if you get the two in combined with each other, so a bit of weights work with the cardio, then you've got a winning combination there to help build the strength and the tone. So get your abs shining through, a nice shape at the back of the arm, tone in the legs, uplifting the glutes. At the same time, reducing body fat down so that shape can come through as well. Okay, so make sure you get the weights in your workouts. Okay, stop skating around it and going, oh, I'm going to get too bulky, because that's not the fact. That's not going to happen. Okay, you're not going to pick up a dumbbell, then poof, you're going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hope that makes sense. Mistake number 3 is not having a progressive training plan either. So a lot of females that I've spoken to in the past, they'll come to the gym and they find a workout that they enjoy, and they'll continue doing the same workout plan, probably the same workout for months and months, even years on the end, and not see the progress, and then get fed up and give up. So a lot of females I speak to, they go to the gym and they will do, they'll come in, they'll do a minute running, then they'll do a 10-minute bike, and then they'll do a few crunches, and then they'll try and go on the weights machines but not sure how to use them, float around for a bit, go back on the treadmill, get bored, go home. Okay, and they'll keep doing this for a little while, but probably drop off. Okay, or maybe you're a female and you actually have a little plan in place, but you don't increase some of the variables. So basically, look, your body has evolved for millions, for thousands of years to adapt to its environment and the stresses put upon it. Okay, so for your body to adapt, you've got to put enough stimulus on it for those muscles to change, for your cardiovascular fitness to get better. Okay, you've got to put your body under a certain amount of stress for it to adapt. Okay, and if you don't have that certain stimulus on a regular basis, then you're going to be stuck in the same place, and even sometimes you regress. Okay, and get actually weaker, and your gains go backwards. So look, here's Sophie here. One of her goals, she wanted to get really strong. Okay, so I think she's got on there 120 kilos on a deadlift there. Okay, which is really bloody strong. And you're probably looking like, wow. Did she start with that weight? No. When we first started, we just used the bar. She's naturally strong anyway, but should we just start with the bar? Okay, we're not saying that everyone joins our programs is massively strong. Sophie has worked really hard to be where she needs to be, but she's followed a progressive training plan to ensure that she could get there. Okay, so again, you can get that progression, and the same with your fat loss too. You've got to have that progression, so you keep getting fitter, you keep getting fitter. And the thing is, if you don't constantly see progression, that's where a lot of people drop off. Okay, for me personally, I've got to always be growing. I've got to be learning something new. I've got to be better in myself. And if I'm not doing that, then I feel like I'm not gonna lie, dying inside. Okay, I've got to constantly grow, and I think that's the same for a lot of people too. And if honestly you have a progressive training plan and you constantly see improvements in either your strength, your fitness, your fat loss, your flexibility on a daily kind of day in day out, then you're going to stick to things in the long run, and that's going to help you adhere to the program too. Whereas if you're constantly just seeing the same thing, nothing's getting easier, everything's always the same, then it's not a surprise that you probably drop off and you can't adhere to what you're doing, and then you can't get to the certain body weight or dress size that you want. Okay, so next point is not having enough protein in your diet. So this is one thing I see all the time if we're going through food diaries to start with. Some people are like, but I eat chicken and stuff. Yeah, but you probably only have that maybe one meal a day. So they really push forward things, okay? So take your body weight in kilograms. So say, for instance, you're a 75 kilo female. That's the minimum you should be having in protein per day. So think a chicken breast is about 35 grams of protein. So minimum per day, you should have at least 2. Okay, but we're looking, when you join one of our programs, we up that a little bit and we change that variable around a little bit. So when you have enough protein in your diet, what happens is basically you can hold on to your nice muscle tone that you've put down for doing your weights and doing your cardio. So basically you hold your nice muscle. Okay, that will keep your metabolism nice and high so you can drop your fat mass down. Okay, you can also, with the extra protein, it helps build tone and firm up your muscles. Okay, so you should always have 3 goals when you're trying to burn body fat. It's number 1 is to drop body fat, obviously. Number 2 is to hold on to your muscle mass. That is the name of the game, because that's going to help burn more body fat at rest, and that's where your shape comes from. Okay, and number 3 is have enough energy, so you're not feeling like crap and you're crashing on the floor all the time. So when you have more protein diet as well, you'll feel fuller for longer, and you're not going to get as many cravings for the sweet stuff because you get enough calories in your system, and your body's got adequate protein, which will help make up your calories for the day too. Okay, so that's one thing you can do already, is just increase your protein intake. So even at breakfast, increase it. Lunchtime, make sure you have protein source, and same at dinner. Okay, and in mid-afternoon for snacking, I'd go for a protein source. Okay, again, that's going to keep you full, stop the cravings, hold your muscle tone, drop your fat mass, and ultimately get you to the size and body shape that you want. So number 5, okay, it's not having a food strategy in place or having a bad strategy in place. So whatever you're doing right now is a strategy. So whether you're starving yourself or you choose to not maybe have food prepared when you go to work, and then you go to prep and you just munch on whatever's in there, leaving things to chance. Okay, again, that's a strategy you've chosen to use. But if you have a kind of a set plan and you know exactly what to kind of aim for each time and how to approach each meal and how to approach your eating habits, then things get a hell of a lot easier. Okay, and you can actually get to a point where you don't feel like you're on a diet all the time, which I know for some females it is a constant struggle. They constantly think of food, they're constantly unhappy, and the relationship with food should be good. Okay, so again, if you have, say, like a real sweet tooth, and you constantly craving chocolate, we have different strategies that we teach our clients through, so you can still incorporate that into your food plan and not be impeded and still drop body fat with it. Okay, so with teach all our clients, we have like a lean Bible nutrition system. So we work a lot with mindset too with it, and like I said, about healthy eating habits. And if we work with loads of females, we've kind of understood what works, what doesn't work, and we've kind of made a blueprint system which we adapt to each client because everyone's different at the end of the day. Okay, but we want to make sure everything's carefree and as easy as possible when it comes to food. Because at the end of the day, it should be exciting and it shouldn't be a chore. Okay, so we want to kind of re-establish a good relationship with food and make sure that you can really push forward things. So again, one thing that is really bad is not having that strategy in place or just winging it. Okay, if you have something in place, you know what to follow, then you can stick to it and adhere to it in the long run, and that's when you get the results, that consistency. Okay, so number 6, okay, I'm going to go on to in a second, is a bonus one. Okay, and I've added this in there because I feel this is one of the key things that separates people from ones that succeed and the ones that drop off and the ones that have lack of motivation. I feel everyone has motivation is quite a day in day out, and everyone has the same potential to achieve their results. It's just what you're focusing on and the desire you have for it is what pushes you forward with things. Okay, so number 6 is a bonus one, is having no goals. Okay, I've put a little goal attainment program, free training just below, so please check that out after you've gone through this little training and go through it, and that will really help to clarify where you want to get to and get you excited about your goals and allow you to push forward things. Okay, so think, if you have no goals, it's kind of, you have no end outcome, so how the hell are you supposed to know when you've achieved it? So most females come to us, and originally they're like, I want to lose weight. Well, like I said, weight goes up and down on a daily basis. So think you lose £1, great, you've lost weight, now get out of here. Okay, or I want to lose weight, so chop off a limb. It's pretty simple. You've lost weight. Again, is that your true goal? No. So it's kind of like you get in a car, you don't have an end destination, you just drive around aimlessly. But think, if you had an end destination, then you can put a plan in place to get from A to B as fast as possible and straight line it. And plus, when you have goals, that's the kind of driving force to allow you to achieve the body you want. Otherwise, you kind of just, so many people just have really unfulfilling and really non-juicy goals that are really uncompelling, and again, people drop off so easily for not having this. So I want you to go through the training below on the goal setting system and really find out what you want and push forward things. Okay? So it's a little recap what we covered today. So you should understand the difference now between weight loss and fat loss, and I hope that is one of the big things take away from this. Okay, measure yourself in inches and how you look, how you're feeling, how your clothes are fitting. Okay, and that will allow you to progress with things and actually get a true understanding of how your body's adapting. Okay, and the other one is, again, is not having any weights in your program regime. So again, you want those weights in there. So do you want to increase your metabolism? You want your shape to come through. That's why we have it in there. I hope you understand why you should have a progressive exercise training plan, so you can progress gradually and you constantly adapt to the exercise and you place enough stimulus for your body to adapt. Okay, it's such a big part, and that's what's going to keep you progressing in the long run, is that continual progression across board. So even if your fat, let's say your fat loss slows down, but your strength goes up and your fitness goes up, then you're still making progression, so you're not going to drop off as easily as well. Okay, I hope you understand why protein is important in your diet as well. So just a little quick recap on that one. That's going to hold your muscle mass, it keeps you fuller for longer, it'll put cravings at bay, and it helps lay down that nice tone on your body. Okay, again, having a poor food strategy in place. I have put this in twice. Don't know why that's happened. Anyway, I'm not perfect, I'm human. Okay, not having a food strategy in place, that's going to, again, stop you sticking things in the long run, because you don't have something strict to follow. You're not sure how to get to where you need to be. and you're unsure how to kind of approach each kind of meal as well, which is going to get in the way. So you're going to leave things to chance, probably end up not getting enough nutrition in your system, ends up to more cravings, more junk food in the body, you name it. Okay, and the last one's not meant to say not having enough food strategy, not having a food strategy in place. It's meant to say not having goals. So again, I've put a little training below this so you can power through with things, but you got to make sure you have those goals. Okay, think of it like that end process when you're driving is your end destination. If you don't have an end destination, you're going to wander around aimlessly, go forward a little bit, go back. Who knows where you're going? Okay, so get that laser-like focus where you want to be, and that will help push forward things. Okay, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this training. If you really want to push forward things, I'd be more than happy to hop on a call with you and connect with you, and that way we can establish exactly where you are and get a little plan in place to ensure you progress forward things. Okay, so there's a little link below. Please do the goal setting training before coming into a call with me, just so you're laser-like clear of where you want to be, and then we can connect. Okay, get to know each other, understand where you are with things, your problems, your barriers, and then that way we can progress forward things and get you really excited and get you some really good progress and then celebrate your big wins. Okay, I hope this has been really helpful. Again, I'm Nico. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.